thinks are the top storylines of the second half.
Yeah, and there was tons of storylines at the All-Star game, but I'll tell you what, this second half is coming hot, Maddie. Number 5, can the Stakes stay in first out in the West? That's right, the Dodgers are playing like the team that won 9 of the last 10 division titles, but these young rattlers in the desert, I'm talking Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Luis Perdomo, Ketel Marte, NL Rookie of the candidate Corbin Carroll, and young Cy Young frontrunner Zach Gallen keeping the D-backs out on top. Can they do it? If they can pitch down the stretch, we just might see the bride become the bridesmaids. These guys are feeling it out there. Torey Lovello's got the boys ready to go. Look out for the D-backs. That's right. They're absolutely crushing the baseball. Don't look for it to stop out in the desert. At number 4, it's going to be a shootout in the Lone Star State. That's right, the defending World Series champs looking to chase down the Rangers, led by their 5 All-Star starters, Adolis Garcia, Corey Seager, Marcus Semien, Josh Young, Mr. Heim behind the dish. They were all tearing the cover off the ball in the first half, and guess what? That offense, it's going to continue to punish opposing pitching. Or will the boys from the Space City send their rocket ship to the top of the division? To me, this is one of the best races in all of baseball. The Astros and the Rangers. The Astros have been beating up on the Rangers for years, and the Rangers, whoa, not anymore. Here they come. Well, Garrett Cole, he will win the 2023 AL Cy Young. He's finished top 5 in voting 5 times, including 2 runner-ups, but this is his year. The All-Star starter for the AL has been dominating again, 9-2 with a 2.85, 123 Ks and 117 innings pitched. If the Yankees are going to go all the way, it's going to be behind this big, strong righty out of UCLA. That's right. It's his turn. We saw what he did in Seattle this past week. Well, he's going to continue it in the Bronx all summer long. Look for him to win the Cy Young. And number 2, we've been talking about him already. The Orioles are going to overtake the East. That's right. The Orange Birds in Baltimore are surging. Just 2 games out of first in the East, behind the Rays, gaining after years of futility. These eggs have hatched, Maddie, and these birds are soaring. All-Stars, Austin Hayes. We got Cano in the bullpen. The Mountain Bautista. Oh, and the foundation, Adley Rushman. We saw what he did behind Brandon Hyde. He has all the boys believing. It's going to be sprinklers and homer hoses all summer at Camden. Look out, Baltimore. Here they come. And number 1, Shohei's second half is going to be a sight to see. With his swing still in sync and his arm a little rested, I think we're going to see an absolute tear by this two-way star for the remainder of the season. Will he catch Judge's AL home run record? Is that a possibility? Can he put himself into serious contention for the AL Cy Young? All of this is going to be much-watched TV. He's the most coveted free agent to be in history. He will continue to do things to which we've never seen before. This guy is special. I cannot wait to see what the second half holds for Shohei Ohtani.
Woo!
Maddie, your thoughts?
That is a hot, tight 5, my friend, and you came in under the wire. I'm going to go through it in order. Can the Diamondbacks win the division? Absolutely. Check. Shootout in the Lone Star State, one of the best rivalries in baseball this year? Check. Cole wins the AL Cy Young? So says the chalk. I'm on board. Check. O's win the AL East? Check. I'm on board with that one, too. As far as Ohtani, the most overplayed discussion so far getting out of the break has been the let's come up with a trade package for Shohei Ohtani. We media people who think we could have a commensurate value trade package for the greatest talent to ever step on a field. Look, here's the thing. If you're the buying team on Shohei Ohtani, why would you empty out all of your best prospects for a guy that you might not be able to afford to keep once the season ends? Absolutely. There's a little risk in there. Secondly, the Angels don't want to be known as the team that traded the greatest player to ever live. They don't want to be Harry Frazee, who sold Babe Ruth so he could fund a Broadway musical that was a flop in 3 months. That's a part of the calculus as well. There's no way the return package could give you commensurate value or even close to commensurate value for this guy. I say he's going to play out the season in Anaheim. By the way, the Angels are not mathematically eliminated yet. I don't want to sound like an Angels apologist here, but Mike Trout's not out for the season. He's going to come back. Zach Neto, the cast of characters, the young Logan O'Hoppe might come back. The Angels are not punting. So I don't think Ohtani goes anywhere. if they do trade him, I'll eat crow on this show. But let's stop the, hey, let's come up with a trade talk package for Ohtani. This attempt at being interesting is tired. He's an angel, and he's going to stay an angel. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually asking you because you're the one who sat there and has called games for the past few years, and then, you have a chance this season to be there on a regular basis. Like, we see things on TV, but we're not there in person. Is this guy, what he's doing is not normal? In your opinion, are we ever going to see anything like this again? I mean, is this the new mold? Is what's trying to be built? Because I think sometimes we take for granted what he's doing, because what he is doing is not normal whatsoever.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I think Joe Madden was the first person to say this a few years ago. He's not a generational talent. He's a multi-generational talent. Like our grandfathers' fathers, that would be our great-grandfathers. They might not have seen anything like this. I don't think even though there are more two-way players now at the college level, and they're guys that want to try this because of what Ohtani has opened our eyes to, nobody's going to be this again. And for those reasons, I just don't see him traded. I mean, can you envision what that return package would look like for Shohei Ohtani? I can't. I don't think it's out there.
Well, and you can't, to trade somebody like that, if you do that, you're resigning to the fact that you have no chance to re-sign him. The Angels want him to be an Angel probably for the rest of his career. They want to bring him back. And like you said, they're not punting. They're in this thing, too. This is a big piece of their puzzle. And what could you get back? Nothing compared to what you have in Shohei Ohtani. So I don't care. You'd have to trade maybe for 5 or 6 proven big league players that can help you. Are you going to trade him to a team and get the other team's ace and their 3-hole hitter? No. So, yeah, he's going to be there the rest of the year, and they're going to do everything they can, whether it's the end of this year, probably into this offseason, to re-sign him and bring him back to be an Angel.
One last note on this. A couple years ago when he was the AL MVP, his WAR was the combined WAR of Garrett Cole and Giancarlo Stanton. So you'd need to provide that kind of return plus prospects if you're talking about Ohtani in a trade. Let's move off of that and get on to something else. Back to the Phillies and Padres. And it's in that matchup that we find our SGP presented by FanDuel. Same game parlay. How about the Phillies to win? And it's a short number, -104, which is kind of head-scratching. How about adding to that in the same game parlay, and you pick somebody to do something on an individual standpoint?
Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, good.
Yeah, let's go, Kyle Schwarber. He loves hitting off Yu Darvish. We saw him do it in the regular season. This ball ended up, out in the harbor in San Diego, and then he did it again in the WBC. Kyle Schwarber loves to hit off of Yu Darvish. Yu Darvish is struggling. And he's not the only person who's going to get a hit in Philadelphia. No, Manny Machado. He got on fire towards right before the end of the break. I expect a big second half out of him. Manny Machado to get 1+ hits. That means he can get more than 1 hit, Matty. He can get 2 hits if he wants, but I need him to get 1 tonight.
You put all that together in one play, you get +408 on your money. That's a $10 bet that wins you $40.80. Step up to the plate, get in on the MLB action with a same-game parlay on America's #1 sportsbook. From homers to strikeouts to base hits, FanDuel Sportsbook is your home for MLB SGPs all season long. We're going to take a break. When we come back, he is an electrifying talent. We talked about the Orioles and how much fun they are, and a big part of that fun is going to join us next. Ced Mullins on Intentional Talk right after this.